Good morning, everyone. This is Greg James again checking in. Beautiful Tuesday morning here. Just got done listening to a podcast, man. It was once again Hardly Initiated, which is a great podcast, man. They talk about Christian households and a lot of other good conversations and things of that nature. And they had a pastor on there by the name of Jerry Flowers out of Houston, a very dynamic brother, great preacher. And the conversation led to talking about being friend zoned, and the preacher said that being friend zone was actually a good thing. And my eyebrow rose when he said that. I didn't know what to really take of it, but when he broke it down, it somewhat made sense. Not saying that I would go along with it, but pretty much in his words, he was talking about marriage and how a lot of people, they get into marriage and they don't even have a solid friendship. It's not built on a friendship. He basically said something along the lines of that, some people, they just marry who they get along with, who pleases them in a certain way, and they're not focused on friendship. So he's basically saying, him and his wife, it took time for him to basically get to know his wife, her likes, her dislikes. And he said he didn't really pop the question until 3 years later. So they built that friendship. So for me personally, I was looking like, okay, man, I can kind of see where he's coming from. I don't know if I agree with it 100%, but he's basically saying, hey, there's nothing wrong with being friend zone, man. It's okay. When did it become a bad thing? It's really the first time that I've ever seen it being broken down that way, that friend zone can be a good thing. As far as I'm concerned, someone friend zones me, I go on to the next one. That's just how I do. I don't take rejection very well as far as that's concerned. It's not that I don't mind being rejected, but as far as the friend zone, I don't know about that one, y'all. What do y'all think about this, man? I'd love to expound on this one, expand on it, and talk about it even more as far as, being friend zone or whatnot. But y'all get in the comments, tell me what you think. Is being friend zone a bad thing or is it a good thing? Obviously it is. I think it is very important to kind of build that friendship before marriage, because there are a lot of people out there that are in marriages where, they aren't friends. It's just basically, they're roommates. They have sexual activity every once in a while. You have some children, but that's pretty much it. They're not friends. And when I do decide to get married, I know that that's one important thing, that I definitely want to be friends with my wife first, more than anything, because, hey, the looks that they fade after a while, but friendship and love, those things last forever. So get in the comments and tell me what you think. Is being friend zoned a good thing or a bad thing, man? I'm going to tap in with y'all again very soon. I'm going to try to do this every day, talk about, subjects pertaining to men mostly, but women, y'all can chime in as well, man. Feel free. God bless. Talk to you soon.